4 years, Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson built one of the most recognizable friendships in the Real Housewives of Orange County universe. They laughed together, defended each other through countless cast conflicts, and became known to fans as the iconic Tres Amigas, alongside Shannon Beador. But now that friendship appears to have completely unraveled, leaving viewers shocked and wondering whether this feud has reached the point of no return. The latest fallout between Tamra and Vicki has become one of the biggest talking points among Bravo fans. What was once a relationship built on years of shared experiences has now turned into a very public exchange of criticism, disappointment, and emotional accusations. Their friendship has experienced ups and downs before. Longtime viewers know this isn't the first time the two have argued. Over the years, they've clashed over loyalty, personal decisions, and comments made both on and off camera. However, previous disagreements usually ended with apologies and reconciliation. This time the tone feels very different. The tension reportedly intensified after comments made during interviews, podcast appearances, and public discussions surrounding the current state of their friendship. Both women have openly expressed frustration, suggesting that trust has been seriously damaged. Tamra has indicated that she feels exhausted by the ongoing conflict and believes certain boundaries have been crossed. She has suggested that maintaining the friendship has become increasingly difficult after repeated misunderstandings and public criticism. Meanwhile, Vicki has shared her own perspective, making it clear that she believes she has been unfairly treated. She has questioned whether their longtime friendship still means anything if disagreements continue to play out in public rather than being resolved privately. For fans who watch these two support each other through divorces, business ventures, family milestones, and dramatic cast shakeups, seeing the relationship deteriorate has been disappointing. Many viewers remember when Tamra and Vicki described each other as more than friends, often referring to each other like family. Social media quickly exploded after the latest developments. Bravo fans filled comment sections with reactions ranging from sadness to disbelief. Some viewers sided with Tamra, arguing that everyone eventually reaches a point where protecting their own peace becomes the priority. Others defended Vicki, saying she has always been outspoken and authentic, even if her delivery sometimes creates conflict. Many fans simply expressed disappointment that one of the franchise's most famous friendships may have come to an end. The situation also raises questions about the future of the Tres Amigas dynamic that once entertained audiences for years. Their group became known for unforgettable vacations, hilarious performances, and countless memorable moments that helped define an era of the Real Housewives of Orange County. With Tamra and Vicki now seemingly on opposite sides, that chemistry appears increasingly unlikely to return in its original form. Industry observers have pointed out that reality television often places enormous pressure on personal relationships. Cast members are expected to balance genuine friendships with public storytelling, media interviews, social media engagement, and fan expectations. When disagreements become public, repairing those relationships can become much more complicated. In Tamra and Vicki's case, years of unresolved frustrations may have finally reached a breaking point. Neither woman seems interested in quietly moving past the situation. Instead, each has continued to explain her position publicly, allowing fans to hear very different versions of the same conflict. That has fueled even more debate across the Bravo community. Some viewers believe the friendship simply ran its natural course after so many years together. Friendships change, especially when careers evolve and personal priorities shift. Others remain hopeful that enough history exists between the two for reconciliation to eventually happen. After all, Tamra and Vicki have surprised fans before by repairing relationships that once appeared completely broken. Still, longtime viewers recognize that this disagreement carries a different emotional weight. Both women have spoken about feeling hurt rather than simply annoyed, suggesting the conflict goes much deeper than a typical reality television argument. Their emotional investment is obvious whenever the subject comes up. Adding another layer to the story is the intense fan reaction. Every interview, podcast clip, and social media post is analyzed for clues about where the relationship stands. Even seemingly small comments have generated headlines and sparked heated online discussions. That level of attention demonstrates just how significant Tamra and Vicki's friendship has been to the RHOC franchise over the years. Their relationship wasn't just another reality TV alliance. It became one of the defining storylines of the series, helping shape memorable seasons and some of the show's biggest moments. Now, the possibility that the friendship has permanently ended marks the end of an era for many loyal viewers. The ongoing feud could also influence future appearances within the Bravo universe. Whether the two women are cast together again or appear at fan events, their relationship, or lack of one, is likely to remain a major topic of conversation. Producers understand that long-time rivalries often attract attention, but genuine emotional conflict can also create unpredictable situations that extend beyond the cameras. For fans, the biggest question remains simple. Is this really over? At the moment, neither Tamra nor Vicki has suggested that reconciliation is imminent. Instead, both appear focused on moving forward while standing by their own versions of events. That doesn't necessarily mean the friendship can never recover. Reality television history has shown that even the most dramatic feuds sometimes lead to unexpected reunions. Time, distance, and honest conversations have repaired relationships that once seemed impossible to save. Whether that will happen here remains uncertain. Until then, Bravo fans will continue watching every interview, every social media post, and every new appearance for signs that the ice might finally begin to thaw, or for confirmation that one of rock's most iconic friendships has officially reached its final chapter. One thing is certain. The fallout between Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson has become far more than another reality TV disagreement. It has become a defining moment for longtime fans who watched their friendship grow over many seasons. Whether this marks a temporary separation or a permanent ending, the impact has already been felt across the Bravo community, leaving viewers stunned and eager to see what happens next. As the disagreement continues to dominate conversations among Bravo viewers, many fans are beginning to question what truly caused such a dramatic breakdown between two women who once seemed inseparable. Their friendship survived years of reality television pressure, cast shakeups, and personal hardships, making the current situation even more surprising. One of the biggest differences this time is how openly both women have addressed the conflict. Instead of quietly settling their differences behind the scenes, they have each spoken publicly, offering separate versions of what went wrong. Every new interview or podcast appearance seems to add another piece to the story, while also creating fresh debate among viewers trying to understand both sides. Supporters of Tamra believe she reached a point where protecting her own well-being became more important than holding on to a friendship that had become emotionally exhausting. They argue that friendships require mutual respect, and once that balance disappears, walking away can become the healthiest option. On the other hand, Vicki's supporters feel she has been judged too harshly. They believe her outspoken personality has always been part of who she is and that honest opinions should not automatically end a friendship that has lasted for so many years. According to these fans, disagreements are natural, especially between people who have shared so much history together. The split has also created ripple effects throughout the broader Bravo community. Former cast members, podcast hosts, and entertainment commentators have weighed in with their own opinions, keeping the conversation alive long after the initial headlines appeared. Every new reaction seems to inspire another wave of discussion across social media. For longtime RHOC viewers, the emotional impact goes beyond simple reality TV drama. Tamra and Vicki represented one of the franchise's strongest partnerships. Their ability to stand together during difficult seasons became a signature part of the show's identity. Watching that foundation crumble has left many fans feeling nostalgic for the earlier years when the two regularly defended one another despite outside criticism. Some entertainment analysts suggest that years of unresolved frustrations may have quietly accumulated over time. Small disagreements that were once brushed aside can eventually become impossible to ignore, especially when public attention magnifies every misunderstanding. In reality television, where private emotions often become public storylines, repairing damaged relationships can be far more difficult than viewers realize. Another factor fueling speculation is whether future Bravo projects could bring them face-to-face again. Reunion specials, guest appearances, or network events could easily place them in the same room. While some fans hope those encounters might encourage reconciliation, others expect even more tense exchanges if neither woman is willing to compromise. Interestingly, many viewers are less interested in choosing sides than they are in seeing some form of closure. Whether that means rebuilding the friendship or simply reaching mutual respect, fans have invested years in watching their relationship evolve. The uncertainty surrounding its future is one reason this story continues to attract so much attention. Despite the emotional distance between them, neither Tamra nor Vicki can erase the memories they created together. Their shared experiences remain some of the most memorable moments in RHOC history. Those unforgettable scenes continue to remind viewers why their friendship became such an important part of the franchise in the first place. Only time will reveal whether this chapter ends with forgiveness or permanent separation. For now, the relationship remains one of the most talked about subjects in the Bravo universe, with every new comment carefully analyzed by loyal fans searching for clues about what could happen next. Until either woman signals a willingness to move forward together, the future of their once famous friendship will remain uncertain, and audiences will continue watching closely for the next unexpected twist. While speculation continues to swirl, one question keeps surfacing among devoted Bravo fans. Can a friendship this deeply fractured ever be repaired? At this stage there is no clear answer. Both Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson have remained firm in expressing their individual perspectives, making it evident that the emotional distance between them has not disappeared. What makes this situation especially compelling is the amount of history they share. Their relationship was never limited to filming schedules or reality television storylines. Over the years they celebrated milestones together, supported one another through personal struggles, and built a connection that many viewers believed could survive almost anything. That long history is exactly why the current fallout feels so significant. The Bravo audience has also changed over time. Social media now plays a much larger role in shaping public opinion than it did during the early years of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Every statement, interview clip, or podcast discussion is immediately shared across multiple platforms, allowing fans to analyze every word. As a result, even a brief comment can quickly become a headline, adding more pressure to an already strained relationship. Some viewers believe the conflict reflects a larger issue that often affects friendships formed in the spotlight. Maintaining genuine personal connections becomes increasingly difficult when every disagreement is examined by thousands of people online. Instead of resolving issues privately, public figures frequently find themselves responding to rumors, fan reactions, and media coverage, which can make reconciliation much more complicated. Others argue that both women have simply reached different stages in their lives. Priorities change, careers evolve, and personal growth sometimes leads longtime friends in separate directions. While that can happen in any friendship, the difference here is that millions of viewers have witnessed the relationship unfold over many seasons, making the separation feel far more emotional for loyal fans. Another topic generating discussion is how this dispute could influence future cast dynamics. If Tamra and Vicki continue appearing within the Bravo universe, producers may eventually face decisions about how, or whether, to feature them together. Their interactions would undoubtedly become one of the most anticipated aspects of any future appearance, given the level of public interest surrounding their relationship. At the same time, there are fans who refuse to believe this story has reached its final chapter. They point out that reality television has seen countless rivalries eventually end with unexpected conversations, apologies, or moments of understanding. In their view, years of friendship should not be dismissed because of one particularly painful period, no matter how serious the disagreement may seem today. However, others are far less optimistic. They believe too many harsh words have already been exchanged publicly, making it difficult to return to the trust that once defined the friendship. Rebuilding a relationship often requires both people to acknowledge each other's feelings, and observers are still waiting to see whether either side is prepared to take that first step. The emotional response from viewers highlights just how influential Tamra and Vicki have been throughout the history of RHOC. Their friendship was more than a recurring storyline. It became part of the show's identity. From unforgettable cast trips to emotional conversations and unforgettable moments of humor, they created memories that continue to resonate with longtime fans. As new episodes, interviews, and Bravo events unfold, audiences will likely continue searching for signs of where things stand. A simple interaction, a supportive comment, or even a shared appearance could instantly reignite hope that communication has begun again. Until then, speculation will remain a major part of the conversation. Regardless of how the situation ultimately ends, this chapter serves as a reminder that even the strongest friendships can face unexpected challenges. Reality television may capture dramatic moments for entertainment, But behind every headline are real emotions and relationships that evolve over time. For now, the future remains uncertain. Whether Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson eventually rebuild their bond or continue on separate paths, their story has already become one of the most memorable friendship breakups in Bravo history. Fans will continue following every development, waiting to discover whether this is truly the end, or simply another unexpected turn in a relationship that has always managed to keep viewers guessing. As conversations continue across the Bravo fan community, attention has started shifting beyond the disagreement itself. Many viewers are now examining how this fallout could reshape the future of relationships within the Real Housewives world. When two longtime personalities experience such a public split, it often affects far more than just the people directly involved. One reason this story has remained in the spotlight is because neither Tamra Judge nor Vicki Gunvalson built their reputations by avoiding difficult conversations. Throughout their years on television, both women earned loyal followings by expressing strong opinions, standing their ground, and rarely backing away from confrontation. Those same qualities that once made them a powerful team may now be making it harder to find common ground. Fans have noticed that conversations surrounding the feud are no longer focused on identifying who is right or wrong. Instead, many people are discussing how friendships naturally change over time. Years of shared experiences can create an incredibly strong connection, but they can also leave behind unresolved disappointments that eventually become impossible to ignore. Sometimes a single disagreement becomes the moment when every previous issue rises back to the surface. There is also growing curiosity about how mutual friends might respond. Being caught between two close friends can place anyone in an uncomfortable position, particularly within a reality television environment where personal relationships frequently become public storylines. Remaining neutral is often easier said than done, especially when fans expect others to choose a side. Entertainment commentators have pointed out that the current media landscape encourages constant discussion. Every podcast appearance, interview, or social media interaction becomes another opportunity for headlines. That level of exposure can make even small misunderstandings appear much larger than they might have been in private. As a result, repairing damaged trust becomes increasingly challenging because every step is observed by an audience. Another reason viewers remain invested is the emotional connection they developed over many seasons. Audiences watch Tamra and Vicki experience triumphs, setbacks, laughter, and disappointment together. Those shared memories created a sense of familiarity that extended beyond ordinary reality television drama. Many longtime fans feel as though they have watched the friendship evolve for years, making its current state surprisingly personal. Some Bravo followers believe that time apart may eventually help both women gain a different perspective. Distance often allows emotions to settle, creating space for reflection that isn't possible during the height of a disagreement. Others believe the separation could become permanent if both continue moving in different personal and professional directions. The uncertainty surrounding future Bravo projects only adds another layer of intrigue. Whether through special appearances, anniversary celebrations, or franchise events, there is always the possibility that Tamra and Vicki could cross paths again. If that happens, every interaction, no matter how brief, will likely receive enormous attention from fans eager to interpret every facial expression, conversation, and gesture. Meanwhile, online discussions continue to produce countless theories. Some viewers suspect that there are private details the public has not yet heard, while others believe everything important has already been said. Without direct confirmation from those involved, speculation is likely to continue, keeping the story active within the Bravo community. Despite the disagreement, few people deny the impact both women have had on the Real Housewives of Orange County. Their personalities helped shape memorable seasons and contributed to many of the franchise's most recognizable moments. Even critics acknowledge that their presence has played an important role in the show's long-running success. It is also worth remembering that relationships rarely follow a predictable path. Friendships can end unexpectedly, but they can also recover in ways that once seemed impossible. Reconciliation often depends on timing, willingness to communicate, and the ability to move beyond past frustrations. Whether those conditions will ever exist between Tamra and Vicki remains impossible to predict. Until there is a meaningful update from either woman, fans will continue following every development with intense interest. New interviews, public appearances, and social media activity are almost certain to generate fresh conversations, ensuring that this story remains one of the most closely watched topics in the Bravo universe. For now, one thing is clear. The connection that once made Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson one of reality television's most recognizable duos has entered unfamiliar territory. Whether this marks the closing chapter of their friendship or simply another unexpected twist remains to be seen. As viewers wait for the next development, the legacy of their years together continues to remind everyone why this story has captured so much attention in the first place. Even as new reality TV headlines emerge every week, the breakdown between Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson continues to generate discussion because it represents more than a typical cast disagreement. It is the unraveling of a partnership that many viewers once considered one of the strongest connections in the history of the Real Housewives of Orange County. That lasting impact explains why fans are still eager for updates whenever either woman speaks publicly. Recent conversations within the Bravo community have focused on whether enough time has passed for emotions to cool. Some fans believe that stepping away from the conflict could eventually allow both women to reflect on everything they accomplished together over the years. Others argue that once trust has been damaged in such a public way, rebuilding it becomes an incredibly difficult challenge. Another interesting aspect of this story is how differently audiences interpret the same events. Every interview or public statement sparks fresh debates, with viewers drawing completely different conclusions from the exact same comments. Some see honesty and self-protection, while others see disappointment and lingering resentment. Those contrasting opinions have kept online discussions active, ensuring the feud remains a major topic among Bravo followers. The situation has also reminded fans that reality television friendships are often more complex than they appear on screen. Although audiences witness memorable moments during each season, they rarely see every private conversation or personal struggle taking place away from the cameras. Because of that, viewers are left piecing together information from interviews, podcasts, and social media posts, creating countless theories about what may have happened behind the scenes. Many longtime fans have shared memories of the pair's funniest moments, unforgettable vacations, and emotional conversations that helped define earlier seasons of the series. Looking back on those episodes now creates a striking contrast with the current situation. Scenes that once celebrated loyalty and friendship now carry a different emotional meaning for viewers who know how the relationship has changed. Entertainment experts have observed that public expectations can sometimes make personal conflicts even more difficult to resolve. When millions of people are waiting for a dramatic confrontation or an emotional reunion, every decision carries added pressure. A simple conversation between former friends can suddenly become headline news, making private reconciliation much harder to achieve. There is also growing curiosity about how this chapter will influence each woman's future within the Bravo universe. Whether they continue appearing separately or eventually participate in the same projects, fans are certain to compare every interaction to the close friendship they once shared. Their history is simply too significant to ignore. Some viewers remain convinced that forgiveness is still possible, pointing out that both women have overcome major disagreements with other cast members in the past. They believe that enough shared memories exist to create an opportunity for healing if both sides eventually decide the friendship is worth saving. Others feel the relationship has changed permanently and that moving forward independently may be the healthiest choice for everyone involved. Regardless of where opinions fall, one fact remains undeniable. This feud has become one of the most memorable off-screen stories associated with the Real Housewives of Orange County in recent years. It has inspired countless discussions, fan reactions, and media coverage, proving how deeply audiences connected with their friendship over the course of the series. As future Bravo events, interviews, and television appearances unfold, viewers will undoubtedly continue searching for any indication that the story is entering a new phase. Even a brief exchange or unexpected acknowledgement could quickly become the center of conversation across the fan community. Until that happens, speculation is likely to continue. For Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson, the next chapter has yet to be written. Whether they eventually find common ground or remain on separate paths, their shared history will always be an important part of Rock's legacy. The journey they experienced together entertained audiences for years, and the end of that partnership has left a lasting impression on fans around the world. Only time will determine how this story concludes. Until then, Bravo viewers will keep following every update, hoping to discover whether this celebrated friendship can overcome its greatest challenge or whether this emotional split truly marks the final page in one of reality television's most unforgettable relationships.